One tip for every Ozarks defender. Let's hop right into it, starting with Sentry. The one thing I'll say for Sentry is you need to bring something that will help your teammates, like a bulletproof camera, proximity alarms, barbed wire, anything that gives information. If you see you have a Melusi, and there's no virtual information that your teammates can use in the afterlife, bring bulletproof camera. It's as simple as that. Next operator, smoke. Don't forget when you're playing smoke that you can walk through smoke. It surprises your enemies a lot because no enemy really expects you to walk through smoke like that. Make sure you use smoke to deny plants. If they're planting behind something, throw the smoke next to it and it will cover behind it. It's really useful in higher ranks and lower ranks. I have no idea why, but most of my teammates I never see when they play Pulse. They'll stay on the same floor as the bomb site, or they'll go above it. Like, when you're playing, try to go below the bomb site with a soft floor, so that you can just throw your nitro cell up in the ceiling like this, and then you can shoot it down if you miss, and blow them up through the floor when they're planting. It's also good paired with like a Valkyrie. Sorry that mute's not in order because I was playing standard to get all these matches and they kept banning mute. But mute will be used on inside walls, not outside walls where you can repel. Because if you can repel and you can put it on the side of the wall if you only use one mute jammer, they can like repel next to it and they can look up as far as possible and stuff like that. So basically it just makes it so they can breach the wall even though it's mute jammer. For castle, there's this spot on a couple maps where you can place it in the hallway, and they have to stand in the hallway to either place a breach and charge down or find a way to break it, but most of the time they have to walk right up to the castle barricade and then they can breach it. With the hallway, it makes it so your teammate can play on the back of the hallway where this vending machine is, and they cannot breach it without getting seen by the person on the vending machine. Rook probably has the simplest tip, and that's just place your Rook armor. I see like plenty of players not placing the Rook armor the second the round starts because the roamers have to actually run away from the site and not get seen. Like Caveira cannot get scanned or she's going to get demos tracked. If you place the Rook armor too late, she's not going to be able to get Rook armor in time. Alright, next operator, Doc. Doc has also a pretty simple tip, and that's don't be selfish with the stems, because I see plenty of players just keeping all stems to themselves and keep stemming themselves. Use it on your team. Don't be a selfish Doc player. Tachanka isn't the best operator, but sometimes he gets the job done because Goyo and Smoke are really good time-wasting operators. Tachanka also has a lot of time wasting, but he isn't the best operator. Just try not to be caught with the launcher out reloading, because that's the worst thing that can happen when you're playing Tachanka. Another thing for Tachanka is you can like shoot things from behind cover and just utilize the bouncing of the gadget. I see too many of my teammates placing Jaegers in bad positions where they can just be shot and then they can throw the grenades. Make them have to utilize their utility if they want to actually throw smoke grenades or any other utility that Jaeger catches. Hide the Jaegers a little bit better. That's the only tip I have for Jaeger. Pretty simple. Most of my bandit teammates are just set it and forget it bandit players. But I say you should just bandit trick it. If you don't know what bandit tricking is, it takes a little bit of skill, but you have to place the bandit charge down, and when you see the Thatcher or get EMP'd, you place another bandit charge down and pick up the one that got EMP'd, and then you can reutilize that bandit. It's pretty complicated, and it takes a little bit of practice, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy and it's very effective. Don't use that 2019 Frost strategy where you place the deployable shield and then you put the Frost plants behind it, because it's way too predictable and people just jump through that and shoot straight down and they just completely counter it. If you put it on the top of staircases, like leading up to the bomb site, a lot of people will not be looking at the floor and expecting a frost mat on the landing, or if it's just one of those like straight staircases. Some people just don't look straight at the floor. Most people don't. It's pretty effective compared to that 2019 strategy. Try to think about where you're placing the Valk cameras. I like to place them on lights because I find they don't get shot as often because people think it's just a light instead of a Valkyrie camera. But which prop cam do you think is going to get shot first? The one that's on the light or the one that's in the middle of the ceiling? You just gotta think about where you place the Valk cams more, because a lot of people just throw it in the middle of the ceiling and it gets shot immediately. Alright, next operator, Caveira. A lot of things I see with Caveira is people just tunnel visioning for the interrogation. It's not all about the interrogation. You being alive is more important than getting an interrogation most of the time. If you get an interrogation, great, your team pretty much wins the round. But other than that, you shouldn't tunnel vision to the interrogations. Think about, am I safe to interrogate? Am I going to get shot when I interrogate?
15 seconds left.
Are they going to get the refrag? Are they going to... Yeah. Try to hide your echo cams a little bit better. Because if I see one more of these square air conditioner units, fire alarms on the ceiling, I'm just going to shoot it immediately. It's so obvious. I will say one thing with Mira, because I have to, it's in the title, I have to say all the operators. When you have a Mira, make sure that you're not, make sure you ask Mira which walls she's going to put the mirrors on. Because if you put the Mira on the wrong, or you reinforce the wrong side of a wall, the Mira just can't do that Mira anymore. Just make sure you ask the Mira before you reinforce, walls that might have a Mira on it. There's also this other annoying glitch you get when you try to put a Mira down, and it'll be not at head level and not at crouch level. It'll be in between both. It's one of the most annoying things ever. So just try to be standing or crouching, whatever you're trying to put the Mira down as. Because if you're in between those, or you look a little bit too low, the Mira has that glitch. A lot of people when they play Legion, they'll just sit on site. Legion's a pretty good roamer as well. Because when you play Legion, you can just have the Legion mines hold your flank, and not have to rely on a teammate being dead on a camera, or your teammate holding you. The Legion mine can do that. They're either going to have to make a loud noise by shooting it, or they're going to have to make a loud noise by walking into it. And if they walk into it, they're going to have to pull the Legion mine out, and that also gives you an opportunity to be ready for where they're going to come from. Keep at least one Ela mine in your pocket when you play Ela, because it can be really helpful against shields, or if you're roaming, same with Legion, you can have the Ela mine. They're either going to have to shoot it like Legion, or they're going to have to hit it like with Legion. It's kind of the same thing, same idea as the tip. And if you keep one in your pocket, you're just going to be good against shields, and it's going to be good against if you have to move when you're roaming, or if you're in a clutch situation and you want to know where they are. It's really helpful. When I play Vigil, I always try not to sprint or use my ability in general in the prep phase, because it gives away that there's a Vigil if you're trying to hide that. But if you're not trying to hide it, it's completely fine to sprint. But I just would not sprint in general, because if you just don't sprint, that's one operator they don't have, and they're going to be paranoid about it until they see the Vigil lines. But just don't sprint with the ability on. If you're going to sprint, just have it off, because it just gives your operator away. It's not really a big deal for your operator to be given away. But with that being said, let's get back into the next operator, Maestro. When you're playing Maestro, I'd recommend you place your Maestros a little bit higher so the Bravo cameras have to get closer. I'd also kind of recommend running the observation blockers. I know they're pretty much rendered useless, but if you put that in front, the Bravo has to get so close to your Maestro that it's literally, you can just shoot it. But the higher up it is, the farther away the Bravo drone can't be. So, make sure you utilize height. Next operator, Alibi. Alibi is really good if you play behind it, because then they have to shoot the Alibi, or they have to try to shoot around it so they can shoot you. Or they might mistake the Alibi clone for you when you're shooting behind them. Really quick tip. Next operator. When you use Clash, you have to realize that your teammates can also play off of your shield. And sometimes have your teammate play off the shield with a better weapon than the SMG. A bonus tip for Clash is when you have your, I don't know what to call it, shock on, it stays on until you turn it off or it gets broken. Because if it gets broken, it'll just stop. But if you die, it keeps going, and it's really annoying for the other team to take care of if they don't have any explosives or anything they can get rid of it. Next operator, Cage. This is a forgotten tip, but a lot of people just forget this even exists. If you reinforce the wall from the other side, so the outside of the wall, you can shoot a hole in the wall that you can throw into, and then you can throw the Cage Claw up into the wall, and it's very, very hard for the attackers to get it, since the Twitch drone cannot see it, the Bravo drone cannot see it. You can't really get it without damaging yourself on attack, or EMPs are also good against it, but it's hard for the attackers to take care of once it's inside the wall. Mozzie's kind of like the tip I gave for Legion and Ela. You can use Mozzie on the roam so that they cannot drone you when you're roaming. He can also be used as a different tip. Here, you can use it to bait sight. So say this is the bomb site, I just put Mozzies around it, and they don't know if I baited the site or not, because say I'm doing like a 1v1, it works well on custom games mostly. Because if you put, like, you block off everything with a Mozzie pest, but your bomb site is on the basement of Oregon, and you're Mozzieing off top floor, they're gonna think that you're top floor since they can't get the drone in there to drone the bomb site. I see plenty of Warden players doing this. If I throw a flashbang at Warden and he doesn't turn his goggles on and he just forgets his Warden, I see that plenty of times in ranked games. They just completely forget your Warden. So when you play Warden, don't forget your Warden. You can just use your glasses and literally just use your brain. When you play Goyo, make sure you're hiding the Goyo so the attackers can't just shoot it, because it's supposed to be used as a time waste, and it can be used like that if it's not shot by attackers, or sure they might bring a twitch, but if they can't physically shoot it themselves, make sure they can't shoot it. Like say it's a bomb site where basically just put it in positions where the attackers can't just shoot it. Hide the Goyos a little bit, but make it so that your defenders can actually see it. Make sure when you're playing Wamai, you cover utility with it. Because if you're just putting it behind the utility, like this deployable shield right here, it's not going to cover this, and the deployable shield's going to get blown up. So basically what I want you to do is throw it out here, because it will actually get covered by the Wamai, and the deployable shield will still be there. And they have to be in a vaulting position to get into the bomb site. I mean, Oryx is kind of doesn't really have an ability, but if you're using his ability, try not to run through too many walls, because that damage really stacks up. Say you run through 3 walls, that's 15 damage.
Get ready to engage.
Make sure when you're placing Melusis that the attackers can't walk up aiming at it. Try to place the Melusis in a position where they're going to have to be looking the other way from where your teammates are, so their teammates are going to have to be able to shoot them when their back's turned, instead of actually having a gunfight. It really rewards your team for free kills and very helpful for your team. Here's a really simple tip for a Rooney. Place your Roonies inside the bomb site, or place it from inside, because if you're on the outside, you're not going to be able to shoot it to reactivate it. It's just going to be stuck deactivated for a while. But if you're placing it outside, you just can't shoot it. But if you place it inside, it's really easy to just shoot it, reactivate, and then you have another sound cue, and you waste utility. Next is Thorn. Thorn, when you're placing Thorn traps, make sure you're placing Thorns in a position where the attackers are going to have to move or not look at your team, or give a good sound cue. Because if your team has a Thorn, you can literally just place a Thorn on a doorway, and the attackers have to move / shoot it, which is pretty hard to do in certain scenarios. Like if I see one more Thorn trap in the middle of the doorway, where I can just shoot it, try not, unless it's the last couple seconds of the round, to seal off a doorway like this. If you seal it off where you cannot walk through it, it's really annoying for your teammates to walk through that door, because they have to destroy it. But if you don't have to destroy it, you can just crouch through it. And it basically forces them to crouch through the doorway, and it's really predictable for the other team. But don't close it off unless you have to. I see so many Solos players. Well, I don't see any really. But when I do see a Solos player, they always have 2 or 3 overclocks in their back pocket. Think about it like this. There's 3 minutes in the action phase. And if you use 1 overclock per minute, you can end off the round with an overclock, basically. So it's really helpful to spot the diffuser, and then you can floor bang them, wall bang them, whatever you can do to stop them from diffusing. When I say hide Fenrir's, I don't mean fully hide them, because if you hide them enough, then the Fenrir's won't even get used. Because the way Fenrir's work, it has to have a line of sight on the attacker, and then it'll go off. Basically, you can't hide it that much, but if you're able to hide it,
10 seconds left.
it's really good, because they won't just walk up and shoot it.
5 seconds to
If
insertion.
you don't hide it like this, they can just walk up and shoot it, and you won't even get a sound cue out of it. Tuberau is really good in combination to Cade or Bandit, because they can freeze the wall and freeze that hard breach for your teammates to just get a free, or not get the wall open, basically. Just throw it at the top like this. There's not a lot I can give for a person like Scopos. But the thing I can give is, think about it like this. Say I swap off my Scopos, and then I leave that idle shell for 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds of time. They could have put a claymore, could be hiding next to it, could be hiding behind it. That's 30 seconds for them to actually be able to trap it. So have a teammate sit on your Scopos. If they're dead, just make them sit on it so that they don't get trapped, and you can have an easy switch out of hard situations. Alright, it's time for the last operator on this list. So, celebrate, if you want to. Hide your Denaris a little bit better. Because I see plenty of Denaris where I can just shoot them, and then I just not taking any damage. Denari is a really overpowered operator, because he had to get nerfed within the first couple days of his release. So,
10 seconds to
if you're
insertion.
utilizing Denari, make sure you're hiding the gadgets a little bit better,
Down to 5 seconds.
because you're at least getting a little bit of damage out of it.
Op 4
But that's all I have.
has
Thank you so much for
located a bomb.
watching.
Be ready for hostile action.
I really appreciate it.